Hello, my love. Welcome back to Arouse for another episode. I'm your host, Sam, and today's episode is all about success is not one size fits all. And I'm going to dive deeper into several examples about what success can look like for you, why you should redefine what success looks like to you, and what it actually means for your future and future successes. So let's dive into all the tea. Warning, the following presentation is intended for mature audiences. It includes stigma topics like sex, addictions, mental illness, adult dialogue, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, my love, today you're getting a swift kick in the ass because I'm going to be debunking some shit that you were taught growing up by adults, which isn't actually true. I'm going to be changing your mind in the best way possible because today's episode is all about that success is not a one size fits all, and redefining it for what it looks like for you is an important aspect to make sure that you can reach goals that are important to you and feeling good about each and every one of them along your journey. Growing up, you're taught by your teachers and parental figures, as well as other important adults in your life, that success is a few different things, where you have a lot of money, you have a successful career, maybe you have a family if that's something you're into. Especially for women, it's driven into us that we should want to have a family, we should want to be moms, and being a mom is something that we should strive to be. Also, to celebrate big successes like graduating high school, graduating university, or some post-secondary degree, which may also be like trade school if you're an electrician or mechanic. Getting engaged, getting pregnant, getting married. The big things are to be celebrated and enjoyed, but no one ever talks about enjoying every little step of the way, whether that's in your relationship and moving forward, getting more serious, to then getting to the point that your partner proposes, you're working on getting pregnant, and then you get pregnant, but you're not enjoying every little step of the way, even though there are going to be ups and downs through any journey. No one talks about enjoying and celebrating every little step that gets you even closer to your goal or whatever successful thing that you're trying to achieve. You work your ass to the bone if you're in your degree or you're working towards your career. You work, have no breaks, have no social life. You're all about your work and getting to your goal. And then at the point where you get what you want, there might be a big celebration depending on what it is. But you put yourself through so much overwhelm, stress, burning yourself out, that it's really hard to sometimes even enjoy the end results because you're just so exhausted at the end, and maybe you even want to sleep. You just want to rest because you had worked so fucking hard for this that you didn't really enjoy the whole journey in itself. You were just working your fucking ass off to the point where you were probably overworking yourself, spreading yourself too thin. At the end of it, maybe you even question, was this worth it? Like, should I have maybe slow down a little bit, taken a little bit more time, and I wouldn't be this exhausted. I would have probably been able to enjoy this more. And that's what it's all about. So another example is if you're moving towards an exercise goal. And I always fall back on these because if you have followed me for years, I went to university for kinesiology. I was a personal trainer. I was a sports coach for children and adults. So my automatic fallback on is to go to exercise or nutrition. I remember when I was training for powerlifting with my personal trainer. Yes, because I was personal trainer with my own personal trainer in powerlifting, and I had misread my training program, therefore actually lifted more weight than what my PR was a few weeks ago for bench, and I never really celebrated that. I realized afterwards that it was more than my PR from recently, and looking back, I wish I would have jumped up and down and screamed in the gym when I realized that it was more than my my absolute max that I did a few weeks ago. Instead, I just kind of shrugged my shoulders and was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But inside I was freaking out and I didn't express it. I didn't celebrate it in any way. And it also goes to show when I was working on my PR for my deadlift, I was really hoping to get to 200 pounds. When I actually did it with my trainer, I ended up doing 190. I failed at attempting at 200 pounds and I was fucking devastated. But I never celebrated the fact that I was only 10 pounds away. I was so fucking close and I would probably be able to do that in just a couple weeks from then. But I didn't celebrate that I was at 190 compared to a few years ago when I first started powerlifting and got the taste of it. I was doing nothing near that. So it's all about your perception and actually realizing how far you've actually come and redefining what success looks like to you. Because I know other women that would never touch powerlifting. They're all about maybe running on the treadmill or some other fitness goal. And that's totally okay because everyone has their own definition of what success is, what's important to them as to what their goals are for maybe their fitness or whatever other part of their life. And that's totally okay. So your homework from today's episode is to sit down with yourself in the next week. Make sure you schedule this into your calendar where you set aside an hour for you to sit down with yourself, grab a journal, grab a working pen, your favorite drink, whether it's a coffee, tea, Red Bull, glass of wine. I don't judge. Sit with yourself and actually ask yourself, what does success look like to me? Not attached to money. What does success look like to you? And give yourself an hour. If it takes you less time, great. If it takes you a little bit more time than that, that's okay too. But give yourself an hour to really sit down, ponder what success actually looks like to you. What's important to you? What are certain things that you want to achieve in your life that will make you feel successful? Because look at Beyonce, Rihanna, Rachel Peterson from TikTok, Marie Forleo, Ariana Huffington. Each of these women are amazing in their niche, but they're all different. They all have different versions of what success looks to them. And even comparing Beyonce and Rihanna, they are two completely different singers, musicians, producers, and they're doing different things. Like Rihanna has her own makeup line. She has her own lingerie line. She's broadening out in so many different areas. And Beyonce has done amazing things ever since being in Destiny's Child. So you have to look at it like that as well. Even looking at some influential women that you look up to, like Beyonce, because she is the queen. Her version of success looks different from even another singer or musician that you may also admire as well, because everyone's version of success looks different. Now, go do your homework and I will see you in the next episode. I love you so much.